is a special guest that you're going to hear his journey. You're also going to learn about this really cool new language learning app that Matt has created with his team. We are excited to bring on Matt Sussman to join us in a conversation around his journey as well as the new voice learning product Flow. Matt, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Nick and Luis. Happy to be here. Love the Founders Live community message and values, and just really happy to be working with you both.
Awesome. Welcome to the show. Yeah, we're going to, I'm going to drop off Luis. We're going to have a great conversation. We're going to bring Luis back soon and he'll join us. But good to see you, Luis. We're going to drop you off. Matt, man, this is an amazing opportunity to hear about what you have experienced as a founder and then what you've brought to the market here to help people around the world. First, share with us a little bit of your story. Let's first, just really hear about your journey into entrepreneurship. First question is a bit of background on yourself.
Thanks, Nick. And again, happy to be here. Happy to connect with the members of Founders Live in Harare and around the world. Happy to share my story. And of course, as entrepreneurs, telling our story is really a critical part of our journey and our process of getting our businesses going. And so I'm happy to share my story. When I finished college, the economy was quite bad in the United States. And a professor encouraged me to think about, new environments, to, travel, to meet new people, look for opportunities where you might not expect to find it. And I ended up, long story short, I ended up traveling to Japan as an English teacher. I never expected to be living in Asia. I hadn't studied that in school. I knew no Japanese. I knew next to nothing about Japan. But I thought, well, this is an adventure and I could go do something new. I went to Japan and I was so excited to be there. And I was so stimulated by the different culture, meeting new people, and of course, learning the language. And so that's where my story starts, and as an English teacher. And I realized, through my career that I just really love helping people. I find it really rewarding to see them progress in their career, to make new stages in their development. And of course, that meant English language learning. But there's a little bit of a frustrating experience that I had with that as well, is that I couldn't help my students as much as I wanted to. They would come into my class maybe once a week or twice a week. Maybe the most ambitious students would try 3 days a week. But that really wasn't enough to get them to fluency. So, I had that frustration, like, what can I do to help my students do better? I would give them more homework. I would offer to talk with them more often, and they were eager to learn. But there was a barrier there, because they just didn't have the opportunity to speak English every day. After I was an English teacher, I actually started a business to help young people to do internships in hotels overseas. And then I worked for a study abroad company. Most recently, I was the executive director of the Fulbright Scholarship Program in Japan. So I've had this career all in education, but the common theme through all of that was to help people reach their next stage in their development.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love asking this question. Why entrepreneurship? It's not an easy road. Why start your own business rather than just continually working but for a bigger company and all that? Why jump into the founder journey?
Yeah, thanks for asking, Nick. It's always been a passion of mine to do new things, to try to be creative, to try to put my skills out there and see how far I can go. So I think that's a really attractive thing to entrepreneurship, to see how you can package yourself and your business and use all the different tools. You have to really be, talented in many areas. I think if you're a person who has many interests and you want to try to develop yourself in many different areas, there's just really no better alternative than being an entrepreneur. But that's also the challenge, right? of managing your toolkit and all of those skills that you need to succeed in entrepreneurship. And so I was fortunate to meet entrepreneurs early in my life, hear their stories, and think, wow, I would really like to try that myself. So I grew up here in California, and there's quite a vibrant entrepreneurship, economy community here. And so growing up, I was able to meet entrepreneurs doing all kinds of businesses, medical field, people doing sports businesses, things that weren't particularly my interest. But what I saw through all of these people is how they were creative, how they were able to problem solve, how they were positive minded. I found all of that incredibly attractive, and I thought, wow, I would love to be able to do what they could do. So that was inspiring to me.
Yeah. And as you got started, what were some what were some tools, or did you speak to advisors, or maybe let's go with some tips that what you learned as you got started. You're still early in this process with this product too, but what have you found that has been helpful that you can share with the audience, that maybe tricks or tips or some lessons learned just for early stage founders to get that momentum going?
Right. A good question. So I would recommend, I think entrepreneurship covers a wide area, and there's lots of ways to be an entrepreneur. Typically, we think of entrepreneurship as a business, and certainly it's that. But I think as young people are starting anything you start that's new can be considered entrepreneurship. So when I was growing up, I like to start clubs. I held contests for sports. And these were all things that didn't have anything to do necessarily with business and the transaction of money. It was just about bringing people together, trying to organize an event, and to share ideas with other people. So yeah, when I was in college, I did a basketball project, and then by fundraising, we were able to resurface a court there at the university. And I've helped other friends that were doing projects like that. So a great way is just to get started. You have an idea and run with it, and try to bring people in to share your vision. And then it's interesting how, through the process, you can learn so much by asking people for help, by bringing in people to help you. And it gradually builds if you have a vision, and the idea, can capture other people to work together.
That's awesome. Yeah, I would just add to that. So we were every month we have our city leader calls, which basically means we bring our city leaders from around the world together, community, talk, get to know each other, share thoughts, and kind of tips on that. So we do that every month, and one of our city leaders, actually from Nigeria, his name's Zach, and he shared a really amazing insight that is so simple, I think it gets overlooked. And he said, to be great, you must simply get started. And we think about that for a second, everyone. You just got to get started. And you can't be great if you don't get started, right? You can get started and maybe not be great, but you cannot be great if you don't get started. And so let's not make this too difficult, okay? And I thought the lesson was really just that in the simplicity of the statement of just get started. And we can tell you, look, from the United States and even in Zimbabwe, once you get started, the help will show up, and you keep asking people and you keep searching. It's going to show up, but you got to get started. So I think you had a good. I love that.
Yeah. I love the succinctness of that, the simplicity of that. It's so true. And I think that's a key part of entrepreneurship that you're mentioning there, is that entrepreneurs get things done. And, I think, just jump right in, get started, get moving. Once you get moving, there's a certain momentum to things, and your idea actually, comes to fruition right in front of you. But yeah, you have to get started to make all that happen. And yeah, we're all trying to strive for greatness. So that's a great message.
Yeah, yeah, love it. So let's actually get into the so Flow. You've built this incredible app and experience to achieve English conversational fluency. Explain this a little more for people. This is an amazing product, and first of all, let's go with the problem solution. What did you really see, and why did you create Flow? And then we'll get into how can people use it.
Great. Thank you, Nick. So, as I was kind of sharing about my story when I was an English teacher, and then throughout my career trying to help people improve their careers, I always noticed that English was one of the key tools first to reaching success. And success could be as an entrepreneur, but it could also be academic careers, or working for a very innovative company. There's lots of routes there, but English is a key tool in the toolkit for many people, especially if your business or what kind of work you're related to has a global aspect to it. And nowadays, with everything connected online, so many businesses are working across borders. People are working across borders. Ideas can come from anywhere. The next great idea can come from Harare or any other part of the world, and spread. So English is the key to communicating your ideas, to bringing other people on board, working with other people. And the reason why I made Flow, related to my story before, was that as an English teacher, I really wanted to help my students achieve fluency, but I was struggling as a teacher to be able to provide that for them, only being able to teach a few times a week. With Flow, we're trying to create an immersive experience. An immersive experience means that English and the language is around you all the time. You're thinking in English, you're speaking in English, you're listening in English, maybe you're even dreaming in English. If you get to that point, you're really having an immersive experience. Now, the best way to learn a language, of course, is to travel to that country, live there for an extended period of time, maybe several years, and then you're in the immersive environment every day. And so that's been the traditional way to have an immersive experience. But of course, that's incredibly expensive, time consuming, and maybe only a small window in your life when you can do that. So we're trying to recreating that with Flow, where people can use English, speak English, listen to English anytime, anywhere you want, right from your phone. So if you're a diligent learner, and you're ready to dedicate yourself to this, you can really improve your English speaking ability, your communication skills, and really get your message out there about being an entrepreneur in the business. And it's just a great tool to help you expand your business.
Yeah. And what would you say? What would you say to people? This is applicable in many different countries and continents around the world. We're coming live from Zimbabwe and in continent of Africa. Do you have insight in how they can adopt this and what it would be best used for? Especially in Africa, they obviously utilize English. There's also native languages. How do you see this happening, especially in their community?
Right. So one thing I'd like to distinguish here is that we're actually not teaching English. The platform is all in English already. So to be able to use Flow, you need to be already speaking English at an intermediate level. But we're helping learners achieve advanced speaking ability or fluency. And the way to reach fluency is understanding some of the common expressions, feeling comfortable with your pronunciation, making yourself clear. And the way the Flow works is that you speak to your device, you're speaking with an automated voice technology system, so there's no embarrassment, and you can practice as much as you like. Every time you speak, the system will give you automatic feedback to tell you where you're speaking clearly and where you can improve. So this can help you tell your story, to share your ideas, to share your opinions. And as you do that, as you get more confident in speaking in front of people, telling your story and sharing your ideas, people will get attracted to what you're doing. They want to be a part of what you're doing. They want to join your community. They want to work for you, and your business is going to expand. So Flow can help entrepreneurs and people in the Founders Live community by telling your stories and sharing your ideas and getting that practice, and really a key skill for entrepreneurs.
Oh, great. Luis has joined us once again. Luis, what's going on?
Hey, Matt, that is a great discussion. I have, lots of things I could ask you, but one of the fun things that we can share with the public is that we have been working together to come up with an offer for Founders Live members. What can you tell us about that?
Yes. So I'll put this in the chat as well, but I'm happy to announce that, we're partnering up with Founders Live. I really believe in the community that you and Nick are building here around the world. It's an important thing. Entrepreneurs drive the ideas and the changes in the world that we need to see, addressing the issues that you're mentioning, climate change and bringing people together and being respectful and building an inclusive world. And the change of all of that's driven by entrepreneurs. And I'm an entrepreneur myself. And so I really want to help this effort of people around the world. And we're giving an offer of 50% off of using Flow. So boosting people's English speaking confidence and fluency. All members of Founders Live around the world can join Flow for 50% off. So we currently charge $12 per month. That will be $6. If you do a longer time period of 6 months or a 1 year commitment, really locking in your learning, then you get even bigger discount. So all Founders Live members get 50% off. I put in the chat the link that you can get the discount for. And I welcome all members to sign up. You can start for free, by the way, test it out. You can try 3 lessons a week to see what it's like. I'm convinced that you'll see that there's value there. And also, as an education, technology company, I believe that education opportunities should be available to all people. And so we'll always have a free tier. We understand that we want to give access to everybody. But if you want to have the full toolkit, if you want to have access to all lessons and the ability to improve and see all your feedback and connect with other people, really unlock all of the opportunity that's possible, then you can get the full premium package for 50% off. And so, yeah, happy to partner with Founders Live to make this a reality for many more learners around the world.
That is awesome. Yeah, I was so excited from the moment we started talking about what we could do for the membership and for even just bringing your product to our general community. The opportunities that you offer for them on your vision for equality, for entrepreneurial equality, that just completely matches with ours. And so it's really, really great to be able to put something out there that isn't just some kind of random sponsorship, but something that directly benefits the people in our community and interacting. If I could ask you one more question, it would be, your vision for the world of the future of entrepreneurs in a global community. We come from a business where we're so, at least here in the US, we're so US focused. But we know at Founders Live, having dealt with communities everywhere around the world, how hard people are working and how much is happening everywhere else. And we see so much momentum coming up as a global business community. How do you see things changing in the either short term or long term, or what's your vision for global entrepreneurship?
Yeah, this is a great question, Luis. I see so much opportunity for tapping into the global community. There's just so much positive energy out there, and now everybody's used to connecting online. So this is a great opportunity for founders, for entrepreneurs to connect and expand ideas. I'm not going to be surprised if we see a lot of new businesses coming out of this global community, and that could be a really engine for growth, for changes. So I think it's a fantastic opportunity, and the people who are participating in Founders Live now are really ahead of the curve. There's people who are not aware of the globally connecting, sharing your business with others outside of your country's borders. So people who are part of the Founders Live community really have a great opportunity in the next few years to really get your business out there, to share with people. I really think the next great ideas are going to be coming from places around the world that we never expected. And Founders Live is really pushing that forward. We're going to hear some amazing stories. I just want to be a small part of that, help entrepreneurs provide a key tool in the toolkit. But yeah, these ideas they're going to be coming out of the world. The next 10 years are going to be amazing for global opportunities. And Founders Live is helping everybody be ahead of the curve on that.
Awesome.
Well,
I agree.
Thank you, Matt. So special. That is flowspeak.io. You see that on the screen there, as well as in the chat. And Matt, feel free to share the link for everyone so they can check that out. And again, this is a great tool to really improve the ability to utilize your English speaking skills to move your business forward. That's what we're doing here. We're bringing tools and resources for you all to continually improve yourself and your business to be successful. So Matt, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Nick. Thank you, Luis. Everyone in the Founders Live community, go out there, crush it. Wishing great success for everybody in Harare who are doing their pitch competitions together. Let's build up this community. Let's find opportunities together. If English improvement is part of your toolkit that you need to work, come on over to Flow. We're going to help you out. And we've got the 50% off deal for you to set you up and set you up for success. Thank you, guys.
All right.